Assalamualaikum and good day to Madam Afzan Nur binti Talib. For this presentation, we will be demonstrating the use of Payroll Panda and Jibble system, focusing on how this system support payroll management and time tracking in an organization. So before we begin, let me introduce myself. My name is Nurliza binti Hamzah and my group members are Faris Iskandar bin Muhammad Yazid, Nur Jahana Misha binti Johari, Nur Ashikin binti Ahmad and Sarah Danisha binti Karun Nizam. Each member will be presenting different section of the system demonstration. Without further ado, we will begin our presentation.
This slide introduces the process of creating a company in Payroll Panda. The purpose is to demonstrate how a company is set up in the system and how Payroll Panda operates to support payroll management. The objective of this setup is to ensure company and legal details are registered correctly, statutory and banking information is configured, and organizational structures such as location, schedules, job position, and departments are properly set up to support effective payroll management. First, company profile and general information setup. In this step, the company's general information is completed in the system. This ensures accurate company identification and proper registration within Payroll Panda for payroll processing and reporting purposes. Next, statutory information and configuration. Statutory bodies such as EPF, SOCSO, and HRDF are registered in Payroll Panda. This configuration supports compliance with Malaysia payroll regulation and ensures statutory contributions are calculated correctly. The third one is company banking details setup. Here, the company's banking details are configured to enable salary payments. This allows payroll transactions to be processed securely and automatically, reducing manual errors. Next, company location management. Multiple company locations are created to provide operational flexibility. Employees can be assigned based on their working location, which helps with organization and payroll tracking. The fifth one is working schedule and job position setup. Different working schedules are created to match operational needs, while job positions are structured to clearly define employee roles. This helps to ensure accurate attendance tracking and payroll calculation. Next is department structure configuration. Departments are organized clearly within the system to support systematic employee management. This structure improves payroll administration and internal reporting. Next is working schedule and job position setup completion. At this stage, all company, departmental, and payroll settings are fully configured. This ensures the system is ready for a smooth and accurate payroll processing. Now, let us move on to payroll cycle configuration. This section focuses on establishing a structured payroll cycle to ensure payroll is processed efficiently and consistently. Payroll cycle objective, where the payroll cycle is set on a monthly basis with a fixed cut-off date at the end of the month. Applying the same cycle to all employees ensure consistency, accuracy, and reduce administrative errors. Payroll cycle setup. A monthly payroll cycle is selected for salaried employees. This ensures consistent salary calculation and accurate payroll reporting each month. Now, what is payroll policy types and application? This section explains the different payroll policies applied based on employee roles and employment types within the organization. Payroll policy objective is where monthly salary policies are applied to full-time employees, hourly policies to part-time employees, and daily wage policies to daily paid workers. This ensures wages are calculated fairly according to employment type. Payroll policy classification of employees. Employees are grouped into monthly, hourly, and daily wage categories. This classification allows Payroll Panda to calculate wages accurately and maintain transparency in payroll management.
So, moving on to the list of employees. During this project, a total of 10 employees were added into the Payroll Panda system. These employees were created to represent different employment types commonly found in real organizations, such as monthly paid employees, hourly, and daily workers, interns, and both local and foreign employees with different statutory contribution requirements. Each employee profile was set up with complete information, including job position, department, work location, salary structure, and payroll policy. This configuration demonstrates how Payroll Panda can support various employment arrangements while complying with Malaysian payroll regulation such as EPF, SOCSO, EIS, PCB, and HRDF. Overall, the setup reflects real workplace scenarios and ensures that the payroll system operates accurately, compliantly, and realistically. A monthly paid employee was added to represent a full-time permanent staff member. This employee received a fixed salary every month regardless of the number of working hours. All mandatory statutory contributions such as EPF, SOCSO, EIS, and PCB were enabled and automatically calculated by Payroll Panda. This type of payroll structure is commonly used for executives, managers, and administrative staff as it supports consistent payroll, processing, and statutory compliance. Next is an hourly paid employee was created to represent a part-time or casual workers. The employee's salary is calculated based on the total number of approved working hours. Before payroll is processed, time record must be verified. Once confirmed, Payroll Panda automatically calculates the gross pay and applies the relevant statutory deductions. This shows the system's ability to handle variable income accurately using time-based data. Next, a daily rated employee was added to demonstrate wage calculation based on the number of days worked in the payroll period. The total salary is calculated by multiplying the daily wage rate by the days worked. This type of employee is usually found in contract-based or site-based jobs. Payroll Panda ensures that wages and statutory deductions are calculated accurately based on the employee's earning. Now for the EIS contribution, one employee was set up without EIS contribution to demonstrate statutory exemption handling. This applies to employees who are legally exemption without EIS, such as those who are exceed the eligible age limit. By allowing EIS to be disabled at the employee level, Payroll Panda prevents incorrect deduction and ensures payroll accuracy and legal compliance. An employee without mandatory EPF contribution was also created. This situation applies to certain expatriates or non-citizens which are not legally required to contribute to EPF. Payroll Panda allows EPF to be disabled while keeping other statutory contribution active where applicable. This flexibility ensures accurate payroll processing with the unnecessary deduction. Intern employees were added to represent industrial training or internship programs. Interns were paid a fixed monthly allowance instead of standard salary. As interns are generally not required to contribute to EPF and EIS, these statutory contributions were disabled. This setup demonstrates Payroll Panda's ability to handle non-standard employment categories while remaining compliant with Malaysian labour regulation. And a non-Malaysian employee with permanent resident status were added. Under Malaysian law, PR holders are subject to statutory contributions similar to Malaysian citizens. Once the PR status is selected in Payroll Panda, the system automatically applies the correct statutory rules, reducing manual adjustment and potential errors. A non-Malaysian employee without PR status was also included. Payroll Panda applied different statutory contribution rules based on nationality and residency status. Contributions such as EPF, EIS, and SOCSO are configured according to eligibility, ensuring payroll calculations are accurate and compliant with Malaysian labour laws for foreign workers. So, let me show you how to manually add employees in the Payroll Panda. Step 1. Access the Employees module. First, go to the Employees module on your Payroll Panda dashboard. And step 2. Select the Add Employee option. Then next, click the Add Employee button. This will open the employee profile form where you can enter the employee's detail. And that's how you start adding an employee manually in Payroll Panda. Next, we will enter the employee's detail in Payroll Panda. Step 3. Enter personal information. Under the profile section, we manually input the employee's basic information. This includes full name, nationality, residency status, identification number, date of birth, gender, and contact details like email address. These details help uniquely identify the employee and determine statutory eligibility. Next is step 4, define employment information. Then, under the employee tab, we specify employment details such as salary type, monthly, hourly, or daily salary amount, job position, employment start date, and worker status. This information is essential for accurate payroll calculation. After entering personal and employment information, the next steps are configuring statutory contributions and finalizing the employee profile. Step 5. Configure statutory contributions. In the statutory information section, we set the employee's statutory contributions. This includes enabling or disabling EPF, SOCSO, EIS, and monthly tax deduction (PCB) as applicable. Once set, Payroll Panda automatically applies the statutory rules. Step 6. Review employee details. Before saving, we review all entered information to ensure accuracy and compliance with Malaysian payroll laws. Step 7. Save employee profile. After verification, we click the Save button to complete the manual employee creation process. And the last step is Step 8. Employee added successfully. The employee profile is now successfully added to the system and appears in the active employee list, making them eligible for payroll processing. When an employee leaves the company due to death, the process must be handled carefully. Payroll Panda provides a structured, easy process to ensure payroll closure and statutory compliance. The employee profile is accessed and the exit reason is recorded as deceased, along with the final working date. A final payroll is then processed to calculate salary up to the date of death and any unpaid allowance. Statutory contributions are calculated only until the last working period. After payroll completion, Payroll Panda generates final payslips, payroll summaries, and statutory reports. The employee profile is archived and the CP22A form is generated and submitted to LHDN within the required time frame. So, when an employee leaves the company due to relocation or leaving the country, Payroll Panda ensures proper payroll closure and legal compliance. The employee exit is recorded with the reason leaving the country and the final working date. A final payroll is processed and statutory contributions are calculated only up to the exit date. Payroll Panda generates payroll records and the CP21 form, which is submitted to LHDN to notify authorities of the employee's departure. This process reduces errors and ensures statutory compliance. When an employee resigns due to the new job opportunity, Payroll Panda provides an organized exit procedure. The resignation is approved and the exit reason and last working date are recorded. A final payroll is processed to calculate salary and outstanding payments with statutory contributions, calculated only up to the final working period. After payroll completion, payroll reports are generated. The employee profile is archived and the CP22A form is downloaded and submitted to LHDM. This ensures accurate payroll closure and proper record management.
For my part, I will be explaining section 1.3, which is the process of running payroll using Payroll Panda. In this section, I will demonstrate how payroll is processed from the pre-payroll stage until the generation of payroll outputs, including payroll item, summarized, and year-to-date data. First, I will briefly explain the overall process of running payroll. The payroll process in Payroll Panda begins with a pre-payroll review, followed by payroll calculation, approval, and report generation. This structured flow ensures that payroll is processed accurately, systematically, and in compliance with statutory requirements. This is important because payroll accuracy depends on correct data verification before any calculation takes place. Step 1. Pre-payroll review. At this stage, HR verifies employee profiles, salary structures, and statutory settings such as EPF, SOSO, EIS, and TCB. This step is important because error at the early stage can result in incorrect salary payments and statutory non-compliance. By reviewing data before running payroll, organization can prevent costly payroll mistakes. Step 2. Payroll review before approval. The payroll month is selected and the system automatically calculates gross pay, employee deduction, employer contribution, net pay, and total payroll costs. This stage is important because it allows HR to verify payroll calculations before approval, reducing financial and compliance risks. The automatic calculation also improves consistency and reduces human error. Step 3. Payroll approval. Once the payroll is verified, it is approved in the system. After approval, the payroll for that month is locked, meaning no unauthorized changes can be made. This is important because payroll approval acts as an internal control mechanism that ensures accountability and data integrity. Step 4. Payroll summary. After approval, Payroll Panda generates a payroll summary showing total gross salaries, total employee contributions, and total payroll costs. This summary is important because it supports management decision-making, budgeting, and financial planning. The first payroll output generated is bank files. These files are used to process salary payments directly to employees' bank accounts. This is important because automated bank file generation ensures timely and accurately salary payments while reducing manual processing errors. Next, Payroll Panda generates statutory contributions files for EPF, SOSO, EIS, and TCB. This is important because it ensures compliance with Malaysian payroll regulation and reduces administrative workload for HR. Payslips are also generated for each employee. They clearly show salary details, deduction, and net pay. This promotes transparency and helps build employee trust while reducing payroll-related disputes.
To begin setting up Jibble, the first step is to create an organization. The administrator opens the Jibble website, clicks sign up, and logs in using a work email or Google account, selecting business owner as the account type. The system then prompts the administrator to enter organization name, industry, organization size, and role or field. After filling in these details, the administrator clicks Create Organization. This step ensures that attendance, time tracking, and leave features are correctly configured according to the company's structure and operational requirement. Once the organization is created, the next step is to integrate Jibble with Payroll Panda. From Payroll Panda, the administrator navigates to Setting, selects Integration, chooses Jibble, and clicks Connect. This automatically synchronizes employee records between both systems, keeping name and email addresses consistent and allowing attendance and leave data from Jibble to be directly used in payroll processing. This reduces manual data entry and minimizes error. To set up accurate attendance monitoring in Jibble, the administrator first configures face recognition and location per time entry. For face recognition, the administrator enables the option so that employees verify their identity when clocking in and out, which help prevent attendance fraud and ensure records are accurate. For location per time entry, the administrator requires GPS location for every clock in and clock out and enables geofencing. This ensures that employees are recording attendance from approved work location, which is especially useful for those working at multiple sites or outside the office. Next, the administrator set up live location routes and screenshot monitoring. Live location routes automatically clocks employee in or out when they enter or leave a geofenced area within a 300-meter radius of a pin location, making it easier to monitor field-based or mobile employees. The administrator also configures screenshot monitoring for remote or computer-based employees, setting periodic screenshot intervals to verify productivity during working hours. Finally, employees are assigned to the appropriate group based on their roles, ensuring that the correct time tracking rules are applied to each employee. When it comes to public holidays, we create calendars for each state where our employees work. In Jibble, we go to time off and holidays, select holidays and add a new calendar. We give it a name, select Malaysia as the country and choose the state it applies to. We do this twice for 2 different states. Then, we assign the calendars to employee based on their location. This way, everyone's holidays are correct, which help with leave calculations and ensure we can plan workloads effectively across locations. Finally, we create paid leave policies. For annual leave, we follow the Employment Act 1955. Employees with less than 2 years of service are entitled to 8 days. Those with 2 to 5 years get 12 days, and employees with more than 5 years receive 16 days per year. Medical leave allows employees to take 14 to 22 days annually depending on their length of service, and a medical certificate is required to validate the leave. Hospitalization leave is provided for serious illnesses, giving up to 60 days per year in addition to regular medical leave, with proper documentation such as hospital records or discharge notes. These paid policies ensure employees can take time off when needed while maintaining compliance with Malaysian labour law. For unpaid leave, a separate policy is created for situations where employees need additional time off beyond their paid leave entitlements. Recording unpaid leave ensure that attendance is properly tracked and payroll adjustments are accurate, while still allowing flexibility for employees who require extra time off.
Next, I will explain the integration between Payroll Panda and Jibble. First, how do we sync from Payroll Panda to Jibble? Employers are synced by logging into the Jibble account and navigating to the integration section. Payroll Panda is selected, and once the integration is successfully connected, a green tick appears to confirm the connection. After that, the user returns to the Payroll Panda account and opens the employee section. When a Jibble icon appears beside the employee's name, it indicates that the employee has been successfully synced and integrated with Jibble. Second, how is overtime from Jibble shown in one payroll cycle? Overtime is first recorded in Jibble, which functions as the main time tracking system. The user logs into the Jibble, goes to the timesheet section, selects the employee and enters both regular working hours and overtime hours. After saving the timesheet, the payroll administrator logs into Payroll Panda, selects the payroll section, choose the relevant payroll month, and sync the data from Jibble. The overtime hours are then displayed under the employee's name within a single payroll cycle. Third, how do we show that unpaid leave was taken? Unpaid leave is recorded in Jibble by navigating to the time off and holidays section. Time off is added by selecting the employee name, choosing unpaid leave, and selecting the relevant dates. Once saved, the unpaid leave is approved by clicking the green confirmation button, ensuring the leave is properly recorded and ready to affect payroll calculation. Next, how to show that leave was taken. Employee leave records can be viewed in Jibble through the time off and holidays section. By selecting the relevant month or year, the system displays a list of employees along with their leave records for that period. This allows HR or management to clearly monitor leave usage and track employee attendance. Finally, how can employees view their payslip? Payslips are accessed through Payroll Panda by logging and opening the dashboard. The user then selects the payroll section, choose the relevant payroll month, and clicks Preview Payslip. The system will generate and display the payslip for each employee, which can be viewed or downloaded for record-keeping purpose.